Judges. There was a certain man of Zorah, of the tribe of the Danites, whose name was Manoah. His wife was barren, having borne no children. And the angel of the Lord appeared to the woman and said to her, "Although you are barren, having borne no children, you shall conceive and bear a son. Now be careful not to drink wine or strong drink, or to eat anything unclean, for you shall conceive and bear a son. No razor is to come on his head, for the boy shall be a Nazarite to God from birth. It is he who will begin to deliver Israel from the hand of the Philistines." Then the woman came and told her husband, "A man of God came to me, and his appearance was like that of an angel of God, most awe-inspiring. I did not ask him where he came from, and he did not tell me his name. But he said to me, 'You shall conceive and bear a son. So then drink no wine or strong drink, and eat nothing unclean, for the boy shall be a Nazarite to God from the day of from birth to the day of his death.' The woman bore a son and named him Samson. The boy grew, and the Lord blessed him. The Spirit of the Lord began to stir him between Zorah and Eshtaol. On January the 1st of this year, I joined with a group of parishioners in Merthyr Tydfil in reading the whole Bible from cover to cover in 1 year. We're coming to the end now, and we're working our way through the last few letters and the book of Revelation before the year ends in 2 weeks' time. But one of the things that I've enjoyed so much about rereading the Bible from cover to cover is hearing again the stories of the great characters of the Old Testament, people like Samson, whose birth is announced in today's first reading. Samson's story doesn't come up very often in the lectionary, so we rarely hear of his legendary strength and downfall at the hands of Delilah. But it also means we don't get to hear the story of how, when he was completely broken and blinded, he turned to his God once more in penitence and sorrow, and received back from God his strength and defeated his enemies one last time. The story of Samson is a story of a person who was gifted, talented and blessed, but who wasted those opportunities because he failed to take account of the word of God. His story is also a story of redemption, how God heard his prayer and renewed him. In effect, Samson's story is our story. True, we might not have to smite many Philistines on a daily basis, or we might not have a temptress of the calibre of Delilah to contend with, but all of us in one way or another have failed to use the gifts God has given us. All of us have squandered somehow the blessings God has provided, all of us. And all of us in one way or another have not listened to the warnings or taken heed to what it says in the Word of God. But if our story is like that of Samson's, then there is room for hope, because God heard his prayers, and therefore God hears ours. Although Samson had abandoned God, God never abandoned him, nor us. So in these last few days before Christmas, as we prepare for his coming, whatever's going on in our lives, God hasn't abandoned us, and God always hears our prayers, just like he did for his servant Samson all those years ago. God bless.